Right, this is a mechanical assembly drawing. I think it's 2019, November 2019. You can Google it, PDF, see if you can get the question and the memo, DBE, EGD. So yeah, okay. So they've given me exploded isometric view, all the orthographic views, scale, first angle. So first angle means this is the right view, this is the front view. Here's the front view, this is the right view. Okay. Half section front view according to this one. So we're going to cut out that. So the top part. The bottom part is going to stay as is, the top part is going to look differently. I'm just going to draw that mirror. Okay, and the right view. Okay, planning is essential. So, according to my right view, I'm going to start with the biggest part, which gives me 120 millimeters. So first going to draw a block 120 millimeters, and then from there I'm going to draw the rest of the front view. So if this is my A3 page, I start here with 120. And on the other side, then I'm leaving just a few millimeters gap to start with my shaft. So this is my edge of my shaft, going to start here and then continue with that. See how it fits in. Obviously the shaft will be the far left. That's why I'm starting with the shaft. So the rest of the parts will then back out that side. Okay, so then the drawing must be complied within the guidelines. Can't use symmetry. The surface mark V on the shaft, part 4 and part 7. Okay, where's part 4? Where's part 7? Okay, so this bearing must touch that part. So after I've drawn the shaft, I'm going to make sure it fits by putting the bearing in next. Okay. 3 faces on the M20 nut. It's the left bearing and the right bearing. So the left bearing I'm going to draw detail. And the right bearing I'm going to draw crossing. Bearing as convention. Okay. I have to add the cutting plane. Make sure the cutting plane is in. And no hidden detail is required. Alright, so let's start with this 120 millimeter block. So this is the middle of my page for the center of my shaft. This third angle I can't draw it on different views. 120 millimeters. I hope the rest will fit in it to just get an idea how long the shaft is. 142. Yeah, it will fit in. Okay. So this part allocated to my front view, my right view. 120 millimeters. So from the center, I can go down 45 millimeters, 55 millimeters. And 55 millimeters. On my 45, 82, so it's 41, 41 and 50. 50, 50. Okay, then the radius. Okay, the radius is 110. Okay, the top holes. 177. Okay. 77. Oh, the reason I draw with pen is so that you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm just going to get an overview. This part will be here, all the detail will fit in. And then on the other side is shaft. Okay, so the shaft, I'm just going to draw the top part for it fits in here. As I cut it off, I do not cut the shaft, so I will see this part that fits in here. So from here all the way to the other side is 142. So now I have to focus on this part over here. .142. Yeah, I'll give it a centimeter gap. I don't know if I will see the back of the shaft, but I believe it will fit in. So the thickness of the shaft is M28 and the screw thread thickness. This thickness over here is this 2 millimeter. So 28 means it's 14. And then 12. Just get a better 12. Yeah. 43. Then there's the edge of the screw thread. The only part is for 45 degrees on this angle here. Alright, so from the 43 can make it 18 and also 10. So there's the 10. and there's the 18. Okay, that height, 2020. Okay, this is auxiliary view. This is just construction lines. This is not dark. Not supposed to see it on the camera. So this is for the block. No, the block is on this side. Let me double check. Yeah, the block is on this side. So there will be my block. I lie. This is the big corners here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's this 4 corners here. And then the smaller one, it's 16 from the center outwards. AF across flats. So from here, 32 to here, that is 32. So if I draw a construction line very lightly here, now I get the size of the block. I'm only interested in drawing the top part. And dark lines. I'm not going to draw the screw thread dark lines because I'm not cutting the nut. So the nut will be on top of the screw thread. Now I'm busy with that part. So that block here is the half cross on the one side. The other side I'm not going to see because I don't cut it. Alright. So from here, this measurement is 14 and that measurement is also 14. Do I have 14 already? It's supposed to be 14 here. 14. Yep. So there's 14 here. Okay. And this continues for another 65. Can't draw dark yet because there's a thingy in there. Let's finish that thingy first. It's 14 millimeters. And then what is that measurement? That is 4 down and the key is 6. So 4 down, the key is 6. I'm just going to put the key in directly. So this is not part of the shaft. But there's a key on top of it, which means the remaining line here can be dark, and the remaining line here can be dark. I'm not focusing in this video on the section lines, I'm just giving you the overview. Right, 16 millimeter is the remaining measurement. Correct, and that's 10. And that measurement should be 5. Also 5. Now what have I done now? Is it 5? No, it's 20. All right. Done, done, done. Done, done, done. Alright, so I told myself I'm next going to draw the bearing. The bearing is 16 by 16, so that block is 16 by 16. Because V indicates bearing should be here. Right, so the bearing on the right is convention symbol, which is the cross. The bearing on the left I draw out, but between them there's also number 8, a spacer. It's 5 millimeters, 34, 17 millimeters. 17, 16, 17. Also on the 2 millimeter mark, right? So it's 5 millimeters here. By 16, but now I can't draw the convention symbol. I have to draw the detail. So the detail the ball in the middle, 28, 16, 6, 8 millimeters. So I've got a circle stencil here. Going with 9 because I'm going with a pen which is quite thick. Ay, and you didn't even warn me. Circle should be this side, not that side. 6 millimeters. 6 millimeters. Right. What is that thickness over here? 40 millimeters. So there's an open gap in the gear. The bearing is open. Measurement is 60. So the housing, you've got the one bearing here, you've got a spacer and the other bearing here. This measurement, 43 minus 6. 37. 16 plus 16 plus 5. 37. Okay, cool. So that line lines up with the last bearing. Okay. So let's go for the housing then. This measurement is 6. Other side is 48. It's a thickness of 10. 50 millimeters and 46. I'm not sure. I'm not going to make dark lines down yet. Okay, now for this measurement. This is my right view, this is my front view. Certain lines with this circle here. This circle is 80, it's 40 millimeters. Three. $44. Now, how's that possible? 44, which means it's radius 22. That's 20, so 22 is here, so there's a gap. Why is there a gap? Alright, copy to the other side. I've done this part, I've done this part. So this part is not cut, that's why I'm just drawing straight lines through. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Okay, let's move to the other side now. Shh. $33 millimeters. And at 14. 19. So this is where the bevel gear stops. 88, so it's 44. Okay, there's 5 millimeters. Yeah, it shouldn't give it to me, but anyway. Then I've got 17 millimeters here. To this corner, 14 millimeters is for the bottom, that's for the inside. This one, what is the 54? Is it this corner or is it the center line? Well, it is a circle. It should be BCD if it was the center line. So it's 54 is 27 millimeters. This is not on the 17 millimeter mark. Isn't there a bigger view? Okay. 54. It's on that angle, but I don't know how far is this gap. Okay, so from the one side, $28, so that's 5. So I can find the inside, can I find this corner here? 22 millimeters out. Yeah, I can. Okay, so this line need 2 millimeters out. This gap is 22. 17. So I've got my 27. Sure, I'm slower. From here, 45. Doesn't make sense. Okay, I don't think mine is 100% correct though. And this is 17. Now it is correct. Construction line to find the center. Bearing. $40 millimeters. Uncertain. Don't take everything I draw as facts. Okay, so anyway, let's carry on. What time do I have? Yeah, I still got time. So now for part number 3. I've already got that block, so 8 millimeters from here. 822. Eight, 22. $45, no, that's number 3. Yeah, first is number 3. Okay, both of them is 45. Okay, so it's 56 is 27. Do I have 27? What was the bearing? 54. Okay, 56. 27. Okay, so it starts low. Heart attack. 8 backwards. Why did you measure? This is 8. This is the next 8. $22. Eight 22 now. Where is that 22 now? $40 millimeters. Alright, so this shape over here is this one over here. Now this one 40 millimeters, so it's 2 millimeter over it. Nine millimeters and then back 3. '54 is 27. We've got that 27, I'm sure of it. Then 3. To the screw threads. Sorry. Righto. Now for a part that's not been cut. Pure luck. The more I practice, luckier I get. So this one go. This will be followed by this one now for the nut. The nut can start now with the auxiliary view here. So it's 28 times 1,5. It's 28 plus 14. Radius 21 to get a diameter of 42. So radius 21. A little bit bigger than my auxiliary view. Now I'm drawing the nut construction. 20. Right, so what's next? "12 millimeters from where?" Align with the cross. Align with the cross, and there's a gap, in other words, there. Right, and the height 56, which means it's 25 plus 3, 28. Just square measurements. Okay. So there's a part of the shaft still here. Okay, so now for the hatching, I'm going to use colors just to get the different parts in. So the purple one is this one. Pink one is this one, but now going with a thinner screw thread. Just not get the marker confused, rather go in opposite direction. Obviously you're not going to do it in different colors. I'm just highlighting the different parts, that's why I'm doing it in different colors. So, like I've drawn it with black so that you can see, I'm also drawing this with different colors so that you can see. Let's go here, it's green. Green. So now I have to make a new measurement one, let's say 2 millimeter gap size. I shouldn't have taken it, but anyway. I'm leaving the hatching lines for last, for if I run out of time, I don't lose that much marks. It's just timing, planning. Yeah, it's at the back. So now these two. What colors do I still have? Green pen. 2 millimeters. this and this is not the same part. So now again with 3 millimeters. Sorry for all the green all next to each other. Anyway, let's make this one with yellow. Green and yellow. Alright, now what else do we have? Orange. I've already got 2 millimeters here, already got 2 millimeters here, already got 3, I've got this one also, so this could be confusing there. This two can also be confusing, you can't use the same measurement, so now I have to go with 5 millimeters. Since you cannot use different colors, you have to use different cap sizes to indicate the the different parts. I can't see the line. There it is. Sometimes it's confusing if the object is on a 45, then you just change your angle. Alright, now the small one I also need to hatch. I'm going to hatch this one in black. I'm just going to make it less than 2 millimeters. Sorry for my freehand line, I just want to make sure it is visible on the camera. It's the only reason I'm drawing it. Okay, so I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. I don't have the memo with me. Right line is obviously wrong. Red pen. Alright, this view is not done. Circles is 6. So since I draw with a pen, I go with diameter 7. Seven is this side. That's Q. Okay, what else? I'll see the screw thread. Where is my screw thread? M28. 2 millimeters. There's something missing. Where's the bevel gear? Bevel gear. 40. 40 is the same then this shaft here. Okay. There's 2 circles here. See this object? This is number 2. So number 2, I remember the one is 45. Other one is 27. Why did I say 45? What have I done? Oh no, Tony Maneo, it should be smaller. Also on the other side. Gramadudas. Okay. All right. I've got my hatching lines. I've got my dash lines, not applicable. I've got my center lines. No, I don't. Center line, that's one is 10 millimeter, which means this is 5. 45 degrees. No center lines here. I can put one in through here. There's a cross construction line cross. That's how I know where the center is. This one was also wrong. No circle is supposed to be in here. Center line, center line, center line, center line, center line. Right. All my solid lines is done. All my construction lines is done. All my dash lines is not applicable. All my hatching is in. What else? Section line, section line, section line. All right. So according to the question, thick edge, thick edge, thick edge, thick edge. This is where I cut it open. So, when I'm cutting it, I use my scissor. These dark edges indicates where my scissor should start or stop. So, okay, it's a thick arrow there. Not as nicely, but anyway. I start here with a thick edge, go down to here, then I have to turn, else guy is going to continue. So it makes thick lines here, then continue on the other side. The side I'm going to remove is the side of the arrow and the label. I've got my center lines. What time do I have? Well, half hour. Let's see, body 4 marks. It seems correct. Shaft, yes, 2.5 marks. I've got the flange, I've got the nut. Maybe I lose a mark there. I don't think I will lose a mark there. Right, now we move to the body. Did not hatched. Body, the bearing and the spacer, sure, 9 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I didn't touch this part. So now that I'm running out of options of 30 degree, I'm jumping to the 60 degree angle. I'm only allowed to use this if I've already used all the other ones. Alright, so skip that. Bearing spacer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. Yeah, it's a lot of marks. Oh, sorry, bearing is 9, okay? Spacers. It should be raised now. Right, move down, come up, dark lines, yeah, there's a line here at the edge, great. And the M28 nut, I did show my construction lines, please don't erase your construction lines. I don't give marks. If you use a stencil, I'll give you marks if you indicate your construction lines. But if there's no construction lines, I'm not going to cheat with you. Right, then the gear. I'm not sure if it's correct, but it seems to me if all the lines are there. I missed the shaft. And the key, center line, cross, is it a line? I don't think it's a line, it should be higher, there should be a gap there anyway, but anyway, I don't know. Oh no, something's wrong. This is where my screw thread is starting. I don't know what that measurement is. So I'm just going to add it there. I don't want this line and that line to line up, so I just shift it in. Yeah, okay. Okay, center lines, cutting plane, assembly, and that's it. Yeah, compare it with your memo, see what you can get and give some feedback.